15, verse 4. Listen to the book.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
So whatsoever things were written aforetime was written for our
learning,
that
we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
Goodness, that's tight. Y'all agree? So when we go back and we look, we can start seeing where a lot of this stuff kind of work out for us. Whatsoever things are written aforetime, written for our learning, we through patience, comfort of the scripture might have hope. Make sense? I don't know. Let's see. See if there's Abarim, chapter 12. They'll call it Hebrews. I can see if that's your Ukanon. Because you were right. What that was, Chris, you said I was going to have to get? So what was it? That's what I'm talking about. 3 and 4. Your Ukanon 3 and 4. Chris said, one thing about being wrong, you can't be wrong for so long before you have to be right, ain't it? That's right. And when they say go wrong till you go right. That's what we did. Isn't that right? Listen to the book. This is the book of Abarim, Hebrews, they call it chapter 12, verse 1. The other Aki got me the book of Ukanon, chapter 3, and verse 4. What's how this work out? Listen to the book. Because whatsoever things are written aforetime, written for our learning. Listen.
Wherefore seeing, we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses. Let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us.
Yeah.
And let us run with patience the race that is set before us.
Looking to whom?
Looking unto Yahusha, the author and finisher of our amanah.
What happened?
Who for the joy that was set before him.
Listen what he did.
Endured the cross.
See that? He endured the cross. Doing what?
Despising the shame. And is set down at the right hand of the throne of Elohim.
That makes sense? Probably not. Let's see what happened. Listen.
For consider him that endured such contradiction of sinners against himself.
Then what happened?
Lest ye be wearied and faint in your minds.
What happened?
Ye have not resisted unto blood, striving against sin.
Yeah.
And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto beneath.
See that? He said you don't forgotten the exhortation, the one that's speaking unto children. What he told them?
My Ben, despise not thou the chastening of the Adon.
And what happened?
Nor faint when thou art rebuked of him.
Why?
For whom the Adon loveth,
what he
chasteneth.
And does what?
And scourgeth every Ben whom he receiveth.
That's good. That's good. That's good. If you do what?
If ye endure chastening,
what happened?
Elohim dealeth with you as with Beni.
As with Beni, as with children. What happened?
For what Ben is he whom the Abba chasteneth not?
Y'all see that? He asked you, what son is it that a father doesn't chasten? Isn't that right? A father chasteneth the son. Listen.
But if ye be without chastisement,
which are who?
Whereof all are partakers,
what happened?
Then are ye bastards and not Beni.
See that? Then are you illegitimate. Illegitimate is not having children and not being married. Illegitimate is just something he don't recognize. Just like the other nation, he don't recognize as his people. That's what we look at. That is because you are illegitimate. Mamzah, they're called bastards. So we understand why we have to be chastened now, right? So that we don't be illegitimate. We don't be counted among these heathens, among these sinners. Right? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what happened in Ukanon, chapter 3. We'll see how this work out. Y'all with me? Oh, yeah. 3 and 4, your Ukanon, they call John. Listen to the book.
Nicodemus saith unto him, how can a Ish be born when he is old?
Can he do what?
Enter the second time into his mother's womb and be born.
See that? We already understand that though now, don't we? Don't we understand that now? All right, listen.
Yahusha answered, Aman, Aman, I say unto thee, except a Ish be born of Ma'im,
and
of the Ruach.
See that? And of the what?
Ruach.
Of the Ruach, what happened?
He cannot enter into the Malkuth of Elohim.
What happened?
That which is born of the Basar
is
Basar.
Is flesh. What happened?
And that which is born of the Ruach,
is,
Ruach.
tell them what happened.
Marvel not that I said unto thee, ye must be born again.
See that? He said, don't marvel that he said you must be born again. What happened?
The wind bloweth where it listeth.
And what did you do?
Thou hearest the sound thereof, but canst not tell whence it cometh.
Y'all hear that? He tell y'all about the wind. You don't know where it's coming from. He said you can just hear the sound. Listen what happened.
And whither it goeth.
And where they going.
So is every one that is born of the Ruach. Make
sense? Does it make sense? Who say yeah? It makes sense? How does it make sense? 1 Corinthians. Let's see what 1 Corinthians chapter 2 says. What verse we're going to? No, I'm just curious. I want to know. Well, he said, no each know the things of a each. So we talking about the wind. And he said, no each know. So I'm just kidding. No, it is funny, but I'm just curious, where is he going? So you're going to go to 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse, what is that, verse 9, 11, verse 6. Let's see what it says. 1 Corinthians chapter 2 at verse 6. Let's see what it says. I know what he's talking about. I know what he's trying to say, though. 2 and 6. No, seriously, let's see. I could use it, but I know what I'm talking about, though, but let's see. But you know what? He's actually not bad, though. Let's see what it said, 2 and 6. Listen.
Howbeit we speak wisdom among them that are perfect.
See that? How is it we speak wisdom among them that are perfect?
Yet not the wisdom of the Sorats.
But what happened?
Nor of the Sorim of the Sorats that come to naught.
What
but
happened?
we speak the wisdom of Elohim in a mystery.
See that? Actually, I could use it, but that ain't what I wanted. I could use it because this would make sense to a degree. Listen.
Even the hidden wisdom which Elohim ordained before the Arats unto our Kabul.
Listen.
Which none of the Sorim of this Arats knew.
None of them knew it. Listen.
For had they known it, they would not have crucified the Adon of Kabul.
Is that what you wanted? That it. Let's hear some more of it then.
But as it is written, eye hath not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of Ish, the things which Elohim hath prepared for them that love him.
But what did he do?
But Elohim hath revealed them unto us by his Ruach.
So now he hath revealed them unto us by his Ruach. What happened?
For the Ruach searcheth all things, yea, the deep things of Elohim.
But what happened?
What Ish knoweth the things of an Ish.
See that? So he just told you what things that Ish know, that man know. He knows the things of a man. So actually reading what you call Yuchanan chapter 3 and about verse 7. What were we at, 3 or 8?
8.
What does it say again?
The wind bloweth where it listeth.
See that? The wind bloweth where it listeth. What happened?
And thou hearest the sound thereof.
And you hear the sound thereof.
But canst not tell whence it cometh.
What happened?
And whither it goeth.
What happened?
So is every one that is born of the Ruach.
You're not going to understand that because they're not talking about a thing of a man. They're talking about the things of Elohim. He said each don't know it. He said the things that each does know is the thing that's of a each, which is of a man. Y'all got it? So a lot of things we got to look at our concept and how we understand that. I mean, from a man, that actually makes sense to y'all. Wind blowing where it want to go, and then everybody that has the Ruach. That makes sense from a man point of view. Not from us hearing it and then listening to where he was speaking. He wasn't speaking as speaking unto men. He's speaking unto those that are of the Ruach. They wouldn't understand it. He said, so is everyone that had the Ruach. So you weren't of it, then you wouldn't have any conception or any notion of actually what he was even talking about. There are some things you would have to know in order to grasp that concept. That's why I said I could use it, but for what we was doing right then, it did. But I was just curious on how you were thinking. Y'all are not far off from the kingdom, Malkut, but you want to get to the Malkut. He can be closer to the kingdom than the Malkut. Don't worry about it. Oh, no, he's good. Let's look at something. I don't know, I'll say it. Barashith. Can we come back and get all that later? We can come back and look at this later. All right, let's talk about something. Barashith. Chapter 2. I don't know. Let's see what 1 say. Listen to the book.
Thus the Shamayim and the Arats were finished, and all the host of them. And on the seventh Yom, Elohim ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh Yom from all his work which he had made.
Yeah.
And Elohim barak the seventh Yom and consecrated it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which Elohim created and made.
Yeah.
These are the generations of the Shamayim and of the Arats when they were created.
What happened?
In the Yom, when Yahuwah Elohim made the Arats and the Shamayim.
Yeah.
And every plant of the field before it was in the Arats, and every herb of the field before it grew.
Was there something flying at him? I thought you had something hit me in the head. I was like, that was a fly zone. I know something was, I was like, all right, man, you ain't got to go check in early to the retirement home. Listen.
For Yahuwah Elohim had not caused it to rain upon the Arats.
Yeah.
And there was not an east to till the ground.
Yeah.
But there went up a mist from the Arats and watered the whole face of the ground.
What happened?
And Yahuwah Elohim formed each of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life.
And what happened?
And each became a living nephash. And Yahuwah Elohim planted a garden eastward in Eden. And there he put the east whom he had formed. And out of the ground made Yahuwah Elohim to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight, and tob for food. The tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of Tob and Rosh. And a river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from thence it was parted and became into 4 heads.
That's good. That's good. That's good. This was just trying to just kind of put this concept in the mind. Let's see something. See if it's Marsha Lee. See if it's 22 and 1. They call it Proverbs. Marsha Lee. Hope it won't take long today. 22 and 1. Marsha Lee. Listen to the book.
A Taub Shem is rather to be chosen than great riches,
Yeah.
and loving favor rather than silver and gold.
Yeah.
The rich and poor meet together. Yahuwah is the maker of them all.
Yes.
A prudent Ish foreseeth the Rasha, and hideth them himself, but the simple pass on and are punished.
Y'all see what happened? He told you about a man that was wise. He perceived what was going to happen. You know what he do? He hid himself. Anybody y'all can think of do stuff like that? Who? Yahusha did it. And as well as Adon. See, when he would speak, a lot of time he would teach, he would wind up disappearing and getting out of play. He already knew what the people getting ready to do. He said, but when somebody they simple, he said, they'll just keep going. Y'all know that? When people are simple, he said they won't think nothing about it. They'll just keep going. Anybody y'all think of that's like that? That's simple that wouldn't? Who? You said who? Balaam? Judas? Yehuda they call it? That's amazing that y'all call it. Who you say? Y'all said Marsha Lee. Yashayahu said it?
He that knoweth not that the dead are there.
Is your name on the board? Brandon, you're responsible for that. You get a check too. Well, he was feeling good when he said it too, didn't he? He was feeling the dead out there. No, I mean, y'all put out some good stuff on that counter. Let me say something. Goodness. Oh, that 22 and 3 you just read?
4.
23. What did it say again?
3 says, a prudent Ish foreseeth the Rasha, and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished.
That's right. He was good with Adon. He weren't stupid. He knew destruction was coming. He knew to go and hide himself, just like Yahushua did. And what do you say about the simple?
But the simple pass on and are punished.
You see that? He said the simple going right on and they punished. That's amazing. Let's see something. Yes, Yahoo. Isaiah. See if it's 57, 17. See that what I want. Listen to the book.
For the iniquity of his covetousness was I wroth.
For the
and
what
smote
now?
him.
You said what happened now?
For the iniquity of his covetousness was I wroth, and smote him.
Y'all see what happened? For the iniquity of his covenants, he said he was angry, and that's why he struck him. What happened?
I hid me and was wroth.
He said, I hit me and I was mad. What happened?
And he went on forwardly in the way of his heart.
What would that be like? Simple. Real simple. Real simple. That's real simple to do something like that. At the 8th chapter of the book of Acts of the Apostles. Acts 8, at verse 31. Listen to the book.
And he said, how can I, except some east should guide me?
What happened?
And he desired Philip that he would come up and sit with him. Mm-hmm. The place of the scripture which he read was this.
I couldn't imagine.
He was led as a sheep to the slaughter,
And
like a lamb dumb before his shearer, so opened he not his mouth.
real simple. Real simple. That makes sense. That makes sense too. It makes sense on both aspects. It makes a lot of sense. But it manifests itself that he would get out of the way before destruction, and then he would go right into destruction. Make real sense. It does. It make a lot of sense. And like a lamb dumb
Before his shearer,
so do what?
opened he not his mouth.
In his what?
Humiliation,
His.
judgment was taken away.
And what happened?
And who shall declare his Tuladath?
For his what?
Kai is taken from the Aras.
That's all he was looking at. Who's going to declare it? Ain't that right? Okay. Don't worry about it. Let's see it again at the Marshall Lee, the 22nd chapter. (22). We left out verse 4.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. Listen to the book.
By humility and the fear of Yahuwah are riches and honor and life. Mm-hmm. Thorns and snares are in the way of the froward.
Yeah.
He that doth keep his nafas shall be far from them.
Yeah.
Train up a child in the way he should go,
For what reason?
and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
That's what we try to do. Did he talk about withholding correction in that same book? 20, what verse? 23, 18, 13, 23. Marshall Lee. Two, 23. Let's see, 23 and 11. Listen.
For their Redeemer is mighty, he shall plead their cause with thee. Apply thine heart unto instruction, and thine ears to the words of knowledge. Withhold not correction from the child, for if thou beatest him with the rod, he shall not die.
But what happened?
Thou shalt beat him with the rod, and shalt deliver his nefesh from Sheol.
That's good. That makes sense for us. So we start looking at the same thing here in Abarim. We were talking about withhold not correction from a child. Well, not withhold correction. He was talking about whom Yahuwah loveth. He chasteneth and scourge every son whom he receiveth. If you be without chastening with all are made partakers, he said, then you are bastards and you're not beneath. You're mamzar and you're not beneath. Y'all understand it? Okay. Guess we have to keep moving. I guess till we get some understanding. All you're getting, you're supposed to get understanding, right? Good, good, good. Let's see. He said something that kind of sparked me in that same book. Guess I'm trying to figure a way to really kind of get us to kind of look at this thing from a different perspective. A lot of times the way we've seen things and the way we've kind of envisioned things have kind of came and we didn't see it in the way we should have and received it. It's simply because people have taken us away from something that we were more accustomed to. We were more accustomed to being husbandmen, farmers. So a lot of his speech and a lot of things he said, the people that would have really understood it would have been husbandmen. So a lot of things he couldn't tell them from a ruach perspective simply because they wouldn't have gotten it. Just like we can't now. A lot of things are just really hard to kind of get it and kind of understand the concept of what he's saying. But when you come from a different line of work, it makes sense. Y'all got it? It just makes a lot more sense than kind of what we get ourselves entangled with. So what happened, a lot of things that he spake concerning were things that we should have understood based on how we did things, based on our captivity, based on our occupation. Let's see the 4th chapter of the book of Ephesians. 4:1 right quick. Y'all made no mistake. This thing winding up out here. Everybody ain't going to make it. See what happened. Listen.
I therefore, the prisoner of the Adon, beseech you,
that you do what?
Walk worthy of the vocation wherewith ye are called.
That's good. What is that vocation? Occupation? So you had a lot of occupations. That's a lot of occupations. So when you kind of look at these things, you want to kind of consider some of the statements he made. What has been our occupation? Who? Husbandmen? Who else? Fishermen? What have been our main occupations? Who? Slaves. Slaves. Husbandmen and slaves. In prison. Those have been basically all our occupations. Those have been our main occupations. He even asked in the book of Jeremiah one time, here's what we homeborn slaves. These are things that you have been so accustomed to. You have always been slaves. You have been husbandmen and you have been slaves. You have been builders. So a lot of things that came up in conversation or a lot of things in his speech would spark an understanding for us. So now when you look at a person being in prison, you would look at something you would pay, we would call a ransom. A ransom. That's something you will pay for somebody that's been in prison. Whether you've been captured and held by somebody, it's still imprisonment. They'll call it false imprisonment. When you take somebody against their own will, Shaul said what he wanted to do, he couldn't find himself doing. But he found himself doing the very thing that he shouldn't be doing. So he was saying, I'm in prison. So guess what has to happen? A ransom had to be paid. So now he just told you that he was a prisoner. And you're going to have to walk worthy of your vocation. So there's some things that you have to kind of look at in their speech that has to kind of spark your understanding and look at what was done for you. What was put in place for you. All this was already foreseen. This was already foreseen. I can tell you what a wise man would do. What would a wise man do? He would do what? He would do what? He would hide himself. Right? 23 and 9. EU, They call it Job. EU 23, make it 23 and 7. Well, give me the book of Oriel, Luke 24. Make it verse 9. Let's see what happened. Listen to the book.
There the Sadiq might dispute with him, so shall I be delivered forever from my judge.
Yeah.
Behold, I go forward, but he is not there.
What happened?
And backward, but I cannot perceive him.
What happened?
On the left hand, where he doth work.
What you say doing the left hand?
On the left hand, where he doth work.
What happened?
But I cannot behold him.
Why?
He hideth himself on the right hand, that I cannot see him.
That's what a wise man will do. Let's see what happened at Oriel chapter 23 at verse 9. Luke, they'll call it. Oh, and say that Yeuchanan. Yeuchanan chapter 1 at verse 7. Other one, Matayahu. (22:41). Yeuchanan, John, they'll call it 1 and 7. The other one, Matayahu, chapter 22 at verse 41, maybe 42. I'm sorry, Oriel 24 and 9. Then Yeuchanan 1 and 7 and Matayahu 22. Let's put 41, make it about 42. Listen to the book.
And returned from the sepulchre and told all these things unto the 11 and to all the rest. It was Marim Magdalene and Joanna and Marim the mater of Jacob and other Anashim that were with them, which told these things unto the apostles. And their Dabarim seemed to them as idle tales, and they believed them not. Then arose Cuff and ran unto the sepulchre, and stooping down, he beheld the linen clothes laid by themselves, and departed, wondering in himself at that which was come to pass.
Yeah.
And behold, two of them went that same yom to a village called Emmaus, which was from Jerusalem about 80 furlongs, and they talked together of all these things which had happened.
What happened?
And it came to pass that while they communed together,
You said it came to pass when they was talking. What happened?
that while they communed together and reasoned, Yahusha himself drew near and went with them.
And what happened?
But their eyes were holden
For what reason?
that they should not know him.
Who know why he would do something like that? Wise man to do that. He foreseeing already what's going to happen. At the book of Yeuchanan 1 and 7. Other brother, give me Matayahu 22 and 42. This is Yeuchanan 1 and 7. Listen to the book.
The same came for a witness, to bear witness of the Aor, that all Anashim through him might believe.
Yeah.
He was not that Aor, but was sent to bear witness of that Aor.
What happened?
That was the Amat Aor, which lighteth every each that cometh into the Arats.
What happened?
He was in the Arats,
And
the Arats was made by him. The Arats knew him not.
what he do?
He came unto his own,
And what happened?
and his own received him not.
So why would he do that? In fact, he would come and they wouldn't even know who he was. He knew how to hide himself. He knew exactly what he was doing. He knew how to hide himself. Let's look at the book of 22nd chapter, book of Matayahu. Matayahu 22. I put 41. Let's see what 41 says since I put it up there. Listen to the book.
While the Pharisees were gathered together, Yahusha asked them, saying, What think ye of Mashiach?
Yeah.
Whose ben is he?
What happened?
They say unto him, The ben of Daoud.
Yes, the
He
Ben
saith,
of God.
he saith unto them, How then doth Daoud in Ruach call him Adon,
Listen.
saying, The Adon said unto my Adon, Sit thou on my right hand, till I make thine enemies thy footstool.
Yeah.
If Daoud then call him Adon,
Yeah.
how is he his ben?
That's all you want to know. He don't hid himself. Just showing you how a wise man work, how he just hide himself. All that for a reason. Kind of leaving, we kind of come back, we kind of look at all these different things. There's some other stuff we'll touch on, and a lot of this will kind of come back together for y'all a lot better. As we kind of proceed on, as Mr. Yahuwah see fit, a lot of things will start to line up for you. You'll kind of see what was done for you. A lot of things we really didn't know. We just didn't know. We still don't know what was done for us or to us or why we've gone through all the things we've gone through. But it's been for a reason. It's been for a reason. Interesting. Physical. Occupation. Give me the book of Ruth. Ruth. Let me see if it's 3 and 1. No. Shaphatim. Give me Shaphatim first. Judges, they'll call it. 15 and 1. Then hold me Ruth 3 and 1. Listen to the book.
But it came to pass, within a while after, in the time of wheat harvest, that Shamshun visited his Ashah with a kid, and he said, I will go in to my Ashah into the chamber, but her Abba would not suffer him to go in.
Yeah.
And her Abba said, I, Ammon, thought that thou hadst utterly hated her, therefore I gave her to thy companion. Is not her younger Akuth fairer than she?
Yes.
Take her, I prolaw thee instead of her.
Yeah.
And Shamshun said concerning them, Now shall I be more blameless than the Philistines, though I do them a displeasure.
So what happened?
And Shamshun went and caught 300 foxes, and took firebrands, and turned tail to tail, and put a firebrand in the midst between two tails. And when he had set the brands on fire, he let them go into the standing corn of the Philistines, and burnt up both the shocks and also the standing corn with the vineyards and olives. Then the Philistines said, Who have done this? And they answered, Shamshun, the ben-in-law of the Timnite, because he had taken his Ashah and given her to his companion.
That's good. That's good. Now look at the book of Ruth. Ruth. Chapter 3, verse 1. Listen to the book.
And Naomi, her aim-in-law, said unto her, My Bath, shall I not seek rest for thee, that it may be well with thee? And now is not Boaz of our kindred, with whose maidens thou wast? Behold, he winnoweth barley tonight in the threshing floor. Wash thyself therefore, and anoint thee, and put thy raiment upon thee, and get thee down to the floor.
That's good. And get thee down to the floor?
And get thee down to the floor.
Let's look at something. See if that, give me the book of Matthew chapter 3. Chapter 3. Let's say about 7. Listen to the book.
But when he saw many of the Pharisees and Sadducees come to his immerse, he said unto them, O Tuladoth of Nakash, who hath warned you to flee from the wrath to come?
Do what?
Bring forth, therefore, pari, meat for repentance.
What happened?
And think not to say within yourselves, we have Abraham to our Abba.
Yeah.
For I say unto you that Elohim is able of these stones to raise up Beni unto Abraham.
Yeah.
And now also the axe is laid unto the root of the ox.
Yeah.
Therefore every ox which bringeth not forth tau pari
Is what?
hewn down
What happened?
and cast into the fire.
See that? Everyone that bringeth not forth pari is going to be cut off. You bring forth fruit. If you're not offering fruitful, he said he's going to cut you off. He's going to cast you into the fire. What happened?
I indeed immerse you with Maim unto repentance.
What happened?
But he that cometh after me is mightier than I,
Who's what?
shoes I am not worthy to bear.
Yeah.
He shall immerse you with the Ruach HaKudash and with fire.
See that? He's going to immerse you. Y'all got it? With the Ruach HaKadosh, and he's going to do it with fire. What happened?
Whose fan is in his hand, and he will thoroughly purge his floor.
That's good. That's good. See, a lot of stuff that we've been listening to, or we've been watching, or we've been reading, we've been doing, we just hadn't kind of understood his speech, his conversation. This is important for us. This is important for us, what he's talking about right here. At the 40th chapter of the book of Yeshayahu, 40, and about verse 6. I'm going to read down. Other, can you give me the book of Micah? Let me see. Yeah, Micah. I'm going to call it Micah. 6 and 6. Other key, I want you to give me the book of Matthew. 27, 30. I'll try to get ready and close y'all out. Most I will. Listen to the book.
The voice said, Cry. And he said, What shall I cry?
He told him to do what?
Cry.
What
And
would
he
that be?
said, What shall I cry?
Thought. Cry. Thought would it be? Thought.
Here, I think he would say kara, which is like to proclaim something. But the word for
Oh,
cry would be
thought.
shua, za'ak. It's multiple words for cry.
I'll write it down. Sorry, well, T-S-A-A-Q. That's just one. Sure is another one. S-H-U-A. Other two be for help. They'll be for help, to cry. Or cry for help. Like when he was on the tooth. We cried, Ali, Ali, lama sabatana. That's to say, my Elohim, why hast thou forsaken me? Let's cry for help. Listen.
And he said, What shall I cry?
And what did he tell me
All
to do?
flesh is grass.
Who?
All flesh is grass.
And
All the goodliness thereof is as the flower of the field.
what happened?
The grass withereth, the flower fadeth, because the ruach of Yahuwah bloweth upon it. Surely the people is grass.
That's it. That's it, bro. That's it. I can put the pen up. Micah chapter 6 and verse 6. Micah chapter 6 and verse 6. They call it Micah. Other one got me the book of Matthew chapter 27 verse 30. Did they cut the alpha again? I know we had to play with it a little bit. If y'all in a cold spot, move to a hot spot. Sit up under the light, just sit down here on the floor. Isn't that right? Burn everybody up out him. Yeah, burn us up in there. These low blood people. Listen to the book. We probably just do one set. We'll cut this side on them if they hot down, if they cold on that end. We'll let all the hot people get together and all the cold people get together. Isn't that right? Let y'all kindle a fire. Listen to the book.
Wherewith shall I come before Yahuwah and bow myself before the high Elohim?
Listen.
Shall I come before him with burnt offerings, with calves of a year old?
Yes.
Will Yahuwah be pleased with thousands of rams, or with 10,000s of rivers of oil?
Yeah.
Shall I give my firstborn for my transgression,
The what?
pari of my body for the sin of my nephash?
What did it do?
He hath shewed thee, O Ish, what is Taub,
And
what doth Yahuwah require of thee,
what to do what?
Sadak,
That's right. Do that. Do right. What else?
and
Or
to
do just Sadak. Do justly. What happened?
Ahab Rakam,
See that? Love mercy. What else?
and to walk humbly with thy Elohim.
What else happened?
Yahuwah's voice crieth unto the city,
Yes.
and the Ish of wisdom shall see thy Shem.
Listen.
Hear ye the rod,
And
who hath appointed it?
that's good. At the 27th chapter of the book of Matthew. Matthew chapter 27. (27 and 30) Matthew. Listen to the book.
And they spit upon him, and took the reed, and smote him on the head. And after that they had mocked him, they took the robe off from him, and put his own raiment on him, and led him away to crucify him.
That's good. And what happened?
And as they came out, they found an Ish of Cyrene, Simon by name. Him they compelled to bear his cross.
That's good. That's good. We'll go back to Matthew chapter 3. Matthew chapter 3. Where we left off at? Verse 11. Let me hear 11. Listen.
I indeed immerse you with Mayim unto repentance, but he that cometh after me is mightier than I.
Who's what?
Shoes I am not worthy to bear.
What happened?
He shall immerse you with the Ruach HaKodesh,
And with what?
fire,
Listen.
whose fan is in his hand, and he will thoroughly purge his floor.
Y'all hear that? What's important for y'all to know about that is the process that he just told y'all about. He just finished telling you about winnowing fan. This is a process. It's a process that after you wind up taking up the corn and the wheat, you use a mechanical machine. The culture, in the old culture, they had it when they put it up, and they would allow to get all the stuff and you get all the different things, that's contaminants in it, the pests, the bugs, and other stuff out of it. It's a process you use in separating, where you use the wind. You allow the wind to come in and to separate. He started by him thoroughly purging his floor. That's amazing because Ruth was supposed to go and she was supposed to put herself down on the floor because he was winnowing. The process of winnowing going to come in, you're going to use a certain tool you're going to need in order to do that. That's a stick. Let's just call it a rod, in which you have something that swings from it. What you wind up doing with this when you go in the field, you use it to swing across in the field and it starts to separate. It'll start to separate, you're going to believe it, the wheat from the chaff. That's what he was doing. It's called a flail. F-L, write it down, F-L-A-I-L. It's a flail. It's a tool you use. It's on the end of a rod and it swings. And you use it when you're sitting through the corn and you'll start using it to separate. Just like you'll find out what the people were doing. They had Yahusha on the tool, on the rod. He actually could swing from it. It would be symbolic, just like what you do. Because you'll know what happened. The people were divided. Some said, leave him alone. All he was doing was trying to separate. He was trying to separate the wheat from the chaff. That's all he was trying to do. So a lot of times you look at when things come in different corrections, he told them to hit a rod, because that's what they were used, just like Mushah had a rod when he came through. I'm almost definitely sure that Adam would have had one too. That's the only way you're going to be able to keep the guard. That's why he told us about not withholding correction from us. He talked about beating us. See, that's going to be hard to understand, my man. Who wants to be beat? Nobody. But you ain't going to believe what you do have to beat. Wheat. You take a rod and you'll beat it. So that way you can get the stuff out of it. That's like he told you. He said you won't kill him, but you can deliver him from hell by separating him. You'll take that rod and you'll take that flint that's on it, and just, which is the tool that'll come along, and it'll beat it and it'll start separating it. So a lot of times we don't know why different things happen, but they happen for a reason. See, when you look at him producing and getting wheat, you got to look at exactly what's got to happen. Just like he said when he talked about the wind coming through. He said everyone that's got the ruach, it happens to him. It has to come in to separate you. So we allow this debar to come in. It puts us in a different set. It puts us in a different setting, a different processing. See, the threshing floor is a place, a flat ground, either outside or on the inside of a building. It could be concrete, or it could just be regular, let's say Adamah, just regular flat ground. And where they use it, they go in and they get the process of trying to get the bugs, get the contaminant, trying to get all the uncleanness out of it. That's why he told he's going to purge his floor. See, even Naomi knew that. That's what she told Ruth to go and do. You need to go down because right now he's winnowing. This is a process you do after. You need to get in here so he can get you and separate you, so you become wheat. Huh? Y'all all right? So a lot of time when different things happen to us, not knowing our craft anymore, it's hard for us to understand these different things. That's how he was doing with Yahusha. We had to see it happen to him so we can get an understanding. The book even told me, consider him who endures such contradiction of sinners, lest you grow weary and faint in your mind. So a lot of time when different things happen to us, he even told us about the Ashur, about how the rod in their hand, that's my indignation. I'm trying to separate the wheat from the chaff. And you know what he's going to do with the wheat? He's going to put it in his barn. He's got to make sure he get all the bugs, all the contaminants, all the other pesticide, other different things out of it so he can separate. He got to thoroughly purge it. When he put it down on the floor, that's the whole purpose. We'll be going back down. A lot of stuff wouldn't make sense to us because we don't do it anymore. And that's what white people been counting on. What is a winnowing fan? Who know what a winnowing fan is? What do we think about a fan here? We figure that's something he's just fanning. It's a process, and where they take, or they use a mechanical machine that blow wind through, they're going to blow all the other stuff away from it to get it to separate. Kind of like what he's doing with, in the book of Nahum 1:1, they call it Nahum. Nahum. Listen to the book.
The burden of Nineveh, the book of the Chazun of Nahum, the Elkoshite. Elohim is jealous, and Yahuwah revengeth. Yahuwah revengeth and is furious. Yahuwah will take vengeance on his adversaries, and he reserveth wrath for his enemies.
What happened?
Yahuwah is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. Yahuwah hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm.
That's what we look for. And a winnowing fan. Don't blow to separate. You know exactly what he's doing. See, but when we don't know, the first thing we do is we start to deny, or we start to quit, or we start to look to other people's workings or other people's ideas. That's how important it is for us to know our craft, to get away from these people. These people have been the biggest detriment we've ever seen. Because we don't know how he works. So we don't know, we tend to speak against without understanding. We'll tend to pray for something not to happen, which is his will. We have to learn how to pray and understand his will. Y'all got it? We know who working. We know that Michael didn't come and tell him nothing. We know that, what is the other name they got for these storms? Florence and all these other different. We know who's doing it. It's Yahuwah. And a lot of times where it hurt us, we start going what these people tell us and what they've taught us, and we don't know him, nor do we even understand our chastisement. And he said, I'm going to chastise with the chastisement of what? You don't think that's cool if somebody swinging a stick around, they start hitting you like this? Got someone in, I start, what you be thinking? But he's trying to show you what he's doing. But you got to understand who you are, though. At the 40th chapter, again, of the book of Yeshayahu, 40 and 6. Yeshayahu chapter 40 verse 6. This ain't shouting stuff. This stuff we just need to consider. 40 and 6. Listen to the book.
The voice said, cry.
The voice said what?
Cry.
And what happened?
He said, what shall I cry?
And what did he tell him to do?
All basar is grass.
Seriously? You tell me all this is wheat? He told me to cry that all flesh is grass. I know what to do if I know all of this is wheat. I know I'm going to have to put the rod to it. If it's wheat, because I'm going to have to separate. I'm going to have to purge it. Isn't that right? I'm going to bring a winnowing fan in. All these different things have to happen. This is a process used if you're going to set up and you're going to be able to take it in your barn. All these are things we look at that he put in our lives and we allow to happen, that he allows to happen to get us to perfection. A lot of times we don't understand why things happen. You don't just come and let wheat don't just separate away from chaff. There's a tool that's used, just like we use the dabarim. All scripture. That's what we use. This is what we use in order to get you guys to produce wheat. This is what we do in order to get you to separate from the chaff. Chaff can be husband, wife, kids. It can be self. It can be ambition. It can be goals. It can be ideas. It can be fears. It can be phobias. It can be hates. It can be likes. It can be a lot of things, but the whole thing that we're doing is we're going to separate them. That's the whole purpose. And we learned that the only way we would have understood that if we were working our craft. Somebody just come and start hitting me with a stick. I don't understand this. I'm going to try to kill you. Yep. But when I understand the process of farming, it makes a lot of sense because this is a process you do to wheat. Everybody can't do this. Everybody can't do this. Y'all got it? Everybody can't do this. And that's what we're trying to learn because as things continue, it's only going to get worse out here. These people are not going to tell you the truth. Today they're saying the numbers are coming back up on the stock market. Listen, they got to get you to spend money for Christmas. Thanksgiving is one of the biggest travel times of the year. You don't want to hurt the airlines. You don't want to hurt gas stations. People are counting on you guys to travel. People are counting you guys about after Thanksgiving when the sun set, what happened? Black Friday went all the way up to Christmas. Black Monday. Crispy Tuesday. Crispy Krita Wednesday. All they do is keep creating to keep you buying because they got to get this stuff out and got to come back with these numbers to get people's mind off. The world is in a state of destruction. I think these people got like 7 states affected. 7 states. You think they want to tell you that Alabama, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Virginia, and other states are being affected? That they got almost 1 million people out without power that won't get power. You know what they said today in Florida? That if they don't get food there immediately, that it's going to be destruction. You know what they're going to find out? Crackers are crazy too when they don't eat. You can take a nigga in a suit. When that nigga get hungry, that nigga be just as wild and crazy as anybody you done seen. Them people ain't got no... Listen, you can't get into these people and can't nobody get out. What you think they finna do? They panic. Nobody can get to me, and I can't get out of here. I'm finna panic. These people can't reach nobody. Chaos. Chaos. After a while, they'll start killing each other. People do what they're supposed to do. They're going to start leaning to their own understanding. That's why it's important for us to get an understanding. All you're getting, you're supposed to get an understanding. People don't want you to know what's going on. These people don't want you to understand this. Tell them what he said. All flesh.
All basar is grass.
And
all the ta'ub thereof is as the flower of the field.
he got me the 13th chapter book of Matthew, chapter 13, and about verse 17. Listen. No, you come on. You finish reading.
The grass withereth,
And
the flower fadeth, because the ruach of Yahuwah bloweth upon it. Surely the arm is grass.
see that? You were letting us know right there. We should already know what our concept was. Listen. 13, 17 of the book of Matthew. Listen.
For verily I say unto you, that many Nabiim and Siddiq Anashim have desired to see those things which ye see,
But what happened?
and have not seen them,
Yeah.
and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them.
Yeah.
Hear ye therefore the mashal of the sower.
Tell them about it.
When anyone heareth the debar of the Malkuth and understandeth it not,
What happened?
then cometh the wicked one,
And do what?
and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart.
Yeah.
This is he which received seed by the wayside.
Yeah.
But he that received the seed in stony places, the same is he that heareth the debar, and anon with joy receiveth it.
And what happened?
Yet hath he not root in himself,
So what
but
happened?
doeth for a while. For when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the debar,
Because they can't take off, or they can't do what they want to do, or they can't wear what they want to have, wear what they want to wear. Tell them what happened.
by and by he is offended.
This don't offend me. That's why I tell anyone y'all saying here this the bar. You got to let this thing take root in your heart. That's just being honest. This is why a lot of y'all fainting, because you just sit here. You'll do it for a while. You stay 7 years, 5 years, 10 years, 12 years, 15, 20, 30 years. You ain't got no root. You ain't going to make it long. Soon that persecution come because of the bar, by and by, you're going to be offended. You got to fit in with these people out there. Ain't nowhere in the world I want to go to no dying people and look for no life. These people out there dying. I can't get no life in no street. That don't even make sense. How am I going to be saved with you? I know you're a sinner. Every sinner lie. Every sinner steal. Every sinner cheat. Every sinner, you're a sinner. What am I supposed, if a sinner right, why in the world am I working to be saved? That don't even make common sense. What covenant you going to get with a sinner? How many of y'all were honest sinners? How many of y'all were truthful sinners? That's right, in your heart. Only in the world of sin it makes sense. That's the whole purpose of getting away from sin. The book said he came to save his people from theirs, because our sin is what's killing us. And those things will attach themselves, just like when you look at wheat, you got to separate them. He realized you got to separate them. Okay. Listen, you know what would happen? What people didn't pay attention to show you that sin will cause you to die. Just pay attention and see what happens. Let them hear again in the 15th chapter of the book of Shepherton. Let's see what happened. 15, Shepherton, Judges, 15 and 1. You get me the book of Kazum, 18. 18 and 4 right quick. They call it Revelation. That's a hard pill to swallow like an aspirin. They getting beat with more stripes than Adidas. Let's see what happened. He got Kazum 18 and 4. Other IQ got me the book of Shaphatim 15 and 1. They call it Judges. Listen to the book.
But it came to pass
That what happened?
within a while after,
In a wild wind?
after,
A wild wind?
after,
Where was it?
in the time of wheat harvest.
What is wheat harvest? That's when you do what now? You said a while after though. Huh? Let's see what happened.
That Shamshun visited his Ashah with a kid, and he said, I will go in to my Ashah into the chamber, But her Abba would not suffer him to go in.
Why?
And her Abba said, I, Ammon, thought that thou hadst utterly hated her.
Yeah.
Therefore I gave her to thy companion.
Yeah.
Is not her younger Akuth fairer than she?
Listen.
Take her, I below thee, instead of her.
Yeah.
And Shamshun said concerning them, Now shall I be more blameless than the Philistines, though I do them a displeasure.
What happened?
And Shamshun went and caught 300 foxes, and took firebrands, and turned tail to tail,
And did what?
put a firebrand in the midst between two tails.
And did what?
And when he had set the brands on fire,
What did he do?
he let them go into the standing corn of the Philistines, and burnt up both the shocks and also the standing corn with the vineyards and olives.
That's good. That's good. 18 and 4, the book of Kazum. Revelation, they call it 18 and 4. But listen to the book.
And I heard another voice from Shamayim saying,
You heard another one? Matter of fact, give me 18 and 1, Brandon. Listen.
And after these things I saw another Malachite come down from Shamayim, having great power, and the Eratz was lightened with his kabut.
Yeah.
And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul ruach, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the Malachim of the Eratz have committed fornication with her.
Listen.
And the merchants of the Eratz are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
See that? Listen.
And I heard another voice from Shamayim saying, Come out of her, my people.
Stay where now?
Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins,
And you do what?
and that ye receive not of her plagues.
See, had somebody been doing their job in the time of wheat harvest, the good stuff would have got out of there. But see, during the time, a while after wheat harvest, that stuff was still standing there. And when this man came back in, he was not playing. So he set everything on fire. The olives, the corn, and the standing wheat. The purpose, the fact you should have paid to him, he told you a while after, he said it was the time of wheat harvest. Harvest means you should have brought it in. But it was still there. That's why he got a tool he used to separate it. That's the whole purpose of the tool we learn about, the flail. When you come in and you start to hit, so you can start breaking it, you start separating and putting away so the chaff can break away from it. This is why you use it. In the time we harvest, somebody should have been on job. This is the same thing he saw fit why he put an each inside of the garden. So he can keep it and he can dress it. Somebody that will know to go through and know times and seasons. He told you that. You have no need, I shall write you. You yourself know perfectly well. You should already know that, don't you? He said, times and seasons, you don't have no need, I shall write them, you concern them, do you? You know perfectly well he come back like a thief in the night, in the labor. And when he come back, we already know what's going to happen. He's going to set that thing on fire. That's why he needs to come along. I got to use this too. I got to try to make sure we separate. Y'all all right? Yes, sir. Don't worry. Let's see what happens. He just told them to come out from among them and come out of her, my people.
Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins.
And you do what?
And that ye receive not of her plagues.
That's what we're looking at. That's the very thing we're looking at. You stand there, you're going to wind up burning up with them. You stand there, you're going to wind up getting destroyed with these people. Y'all got it? That's the whole purpose why he put it each there. That's why he had to put somebody that knows and understands how to separate. Otherwise, you're going to have a problem on hand. At the 13th chapter of the book of Matthew, let's finish this up so we can get them finished. Matthew 13. Where we left out? 13:20. That's a lot. That's a lot. A lot we got to do. A lot we got to consider.
21.
17 and 21, Matthew. They call Matthew. Listen to the book.
Yet hath he not root in himself, but dureth for a while. For when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the debar, by and by he is offended.
That's it. What happened?
He also that receives seed among the thorns is he that heareth the debar, and the care of this arats, and the deceitfulness of riches.
The what?
Choke the debar.
That's what weeds to do. They'll wind up choking you out. You know, it's amazing. I remember I was talking about one time before. My dad, I remember he used to walk through the grass. He'd have a switch, and he would whip the grass. How many seen old people do that before? He would whip the grass. I was saying, he'll walk through here and say, he would just whip the grass. And I just kept thinking, he said, you do that to keep the weeds out. They didn't use Roundup. People don't know Roundup was actually invented. It's a cancer-causing agent. Roundup was never used before. This is a new product. There was never a need for something called Roundup. People always knew how to do. Listen, you need ants. You need those bugs. Those bugs go in and till the ground. Everything got a purpose. That's why you plant enough. They got to eat. It's green. You eat it. They got to eat too. You grow enough. You have to already account for things like crows and birds and deer. That's why you don't grow a little section this big or plant. One plant, you put enough because you got to consider. Just like when he planted up, he already considered. Some of us going to get snatched up. And he said, behold, the devil going to catch some of you. What was that supposed to be? So guess what he got to do? I got to have enough. It makes sense to have like 3 of y'all. And he going to catch some of y'all in the prison. How many they going to leave? None. None, exactly. So I got to have enough that some can go into prison. Some of you going to be hated. Some of you they going to put to death. Is that going to make sense to have 12? Just 12? No, I'm going to need those 12 to go out and produce more. Because I got to count for those that's going to go to prison. I got to count for those that are going to get slain by the sword. I got to count for those that just going to have other things that's going to happen to them that's going to be outside and have to live. I got to count for that, so I have to put enough because I always got other predators on the move to try to take you. That's why he had to keep putting them out now. You know, one cried one time to try to tell him and said that Yasharal was small. He want to know how is he going to rise up from this. He had already account for some. He had to count, I'm going to lose a lot of these people. So I got to have enough that it don't fail, that the work will still go. Look, he planted seed. When he put these seeds, I got to count for those birds. I got to count for some that's not going to take root. I got to take some that's going to start off and it's going to look like it's going to make it and you're just going to wind up dying and you find out it wasn't in their heart. So I got to count that when I put out, I got to put enough out there where I realize I still got enough to bring up the harvest. Then I got some that going to faint. When I start swinging this tool I got through here, and I start swinging this flail through here, start hitting and start to get you to separate, I'm going to lose some of them. Some of it ain't going to be weak. It's going to be shallow. The way it falls going to tell me where you at. That's just being honest. A lot of stuff, you got to account for that. Okay, don't worry about it. Listen to the book.
And he becometh unfruitful.
See that? He become unfruitful. Come on.
But he that receives seed into the taub ground is he that heareth the debar and understandeth it.
See that? See that? And guess what he's going to do? I'm going to give you a rod. According to my heart, we're going to feed you with knowledge. Because these are the people I'm looking for, the people that got understanding. Those without understanding, they're going to be destroyed. Listen.
Which also beareth pari and bringeth forth some an hundredfold, and some 60, some 30.
Come on.
Another Marshali put he forth unto them, saying,
Why?
The Malkuth of Shamayim is likened unto a Ish, which sowed taub seed in his field.
Yeah.
But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat.
See that? He's trying to tell you this is just like he look at Malkuth. He says the same thing. This will give you something that you can understand. He said, just like a man that had a garden, that sent out and he sowed seed. But while men slept, while they weren't conscious, while they weren't aware, guess what happened? Tell them what happened.
His enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat.
That's what they'll do, plants. That's amazing. When they put other people in, tell people and other folk, you know what they'll call them? Plants. Where do they get that terminology from? Where do they get that terminology from? They'll tell you they'll put a plant in there. What that plan is then to do? To divide, to destroy. But he already told us about it before it happened. That while men weren't conscious, they'll put plants in there. And what happened?
And sowed tares among the wheat.
Yeah.
And went his way.
Listen.
But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth pari, then appeared the tares also.
Listen.
So the abad of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow taub seed in thy field?
Listen.
From whence then hath it tares?
Listen.
He said unto them, An enemy have done this.
He's already know that I did it. Somebody against me that did it. A mutual enemy. Somebody that hate me. Listen.
The Abadim said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up?
What he told
But he
him?
said, Nay, lest while you gather up the tares,
You do what?
root up also the wheat with them.
That's why you got to wait. You can't let everybody come in and do it. You got to be skillful when you do this. Tell them what you want me to do.
Let both grow together
Tell me what happened.
until the harvest.
Guess what happened during the harvest? That's why I'm going to do the threshing. That's why I'm going to come in with the tool and start breaking away. He told you that they won't come. There's that first be a falling away. You got to have that first. Or you get to any winnowing, anything, you got to come in and do the threshing first. You got to come in with the flaying first. You got to swing. You got to start breaking away. You got to start seeing where your wheat at. And the chaff, they'll start to separate. That's what you're going to do in the day of harvest. He just told them, don't mess with nothing. Just leave it alone. I got a tool I use that I come in and it's going to start to separate. Y'all don't know we getting up ready now for the day of harvest. That's all they're doing. They're going down through the field, just breaking away. Someone's going to have to break a lot of connection, a lot of stuff we got to do. Y'all all right? Yes, sir. That's tight. That's tight. That's tight. Let's see something. Let's see what he said first. Other one, you get me, sit at the 32nd chapter right quick. Ooh, Allah Shamut. 32 and 24. Let's see, that's what I want. They call it Exodus. Listen.
And in the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, Gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn.
Mm-hmm.
Another marshallee put he forth unto them, saying, The malkuth of Shamayim is like to a grain of mustard seed, which a ish took and sowed in his field, which indeed is the least of all seeds, but when it is grown, it is the greatest among herbs, and becometh a ox, so that the birds of the air cometh and lodge in the branches thereof. Another marshallee spake he unto them, The malkuth of Shamayim is like unto leaven, which a ashar took and hid.
Hold what you got. Ooh, Allah Shamut 32:24. Other one got me Mattheyahu 10 and about 30. Let's see. That's the more we kind of see the different concepts he used, the more we kind of understand when things happen, we don't faint. And whatsoever things are written aforetime, written for our learning. We through patient comfort of the scriptures. Yeah. See, the whole thing, even with Ruth, he was sitting there letting her know her own mother-in-law was trying to teach her about purifying. So it made sense for her to go there and get on the floor because they were going to look at the threshing floor. That's the next move after that. Start getting all the bugs, all the contaminants, all the other stuff out of it. All this is a process we use. Don't worry about it. Listen to the book.
And I said unto them, Whosoever hath any gold, let them break it off. So they gave it me. Then I cast it into the fire, and there came out this calf.
Yeah.
And when Mashah saw that all the people were naked, for Aharon had made them naked unto their shame among their enemies.
Yeah.
Then Mashah stood in the gate of the camp, and said, Who is on Yahuwah's side?
Do what?
And said, Who is on Yahuwah's side?
What did he say?
Let him come unto me.
What happened?
And all the Beni of Lui gathered themselves together unto him.
Yeah.
And he said unto them, Thus saith Yahuwah Elohim of Yasharal,
What happened?
Put every ish his sword by his side,
And do what?
and go in and out from gate to gate throughout the camp,
And do what?
and slay every ish his ach,
For what
and every
reason?
ish his companion, and every ish his neighbor.
Uh-huh.
And the Beni of Lui did according to the debar of Mashah.
What happened?
And there fell of the people that yom about 3,000 anashim.
What happened?
For Mashah had said, Consecrate yourselves this yom to Yahuwah,
See, they didn't want to purify themselves. For what reason?
even every ish upon his ben and upon his ach, that he may bestow upon you a barakah this yom.
See that? It was separating them. That's all he was doing. Time to separate. These people getting ready. Matter of fact, when all this happened, that yom was supposed to be a muhadi for them. That yom was a muhadi for them. that yum coming up was a muhadi for them. That's not important for y'all? Should be, because they already had one before this. Who know what it was called? Pasal. What other muhadi could they had come up after that? Ukal Shabur. First fruit. First fruit. So they look at you got to start cutting. They start counting. They would start cutting. They start separating. Don't worry about it. At the 10th chapter of the book of Matthew, 10 and 30. Matthew chapter 10, verse 30. To be honest with y'all, that's a hard saying. That's a pressing way. It's hard for us. Because there's so many different things we attach ourselves to. It's hard to just let go of. It's hard to put in your mind and imagine what you really got to do. There's always reason and rationale to consider what you can keep and what you can have. You think them people want to kill their own brothers, their own sisters, or whoever they want to be, their own mothers, own uncles, or whoever it had to be. But what you going to do if you're going to be saved? After all, he going to barack me. If it can't but one person get in, it better me than you. If you mess your chance up, it better. Ain't no use of both of going to the same place. It's better I get in and not you then. That's just being honest. It came down to it. Those people had to look at it. And he put it up under the restriction that Yahuwah might bestow a barak upon you. That's tight. That's tight. You got to ask yourself, do you really want to be saved? Do you really want Yahuwah to barak you? A lot of us don't. We just don't. You know, I had to take some stands. I don't know. I guess I see stuff a little different than people do. I do. I got a daughter that's gone. She'll be gone be 2 years, I think, next year. Probably sometime in what'll it be? March? I hadn't talked to her one time. I'm not interested in talking to her. Told my wife the same thing. When you turn your back on Mr. Yahuwah, I can't trust you. I love her. That's my baby girl. But unlike a lot of y'all in here, you'll sell out. I'm already sold out. I love her. That's my baby girl. But I ain't going to sell myself out for her. I'm going to take a stand. My wife and my kids, they'll talk to her. They'll do that. That's where they at. That ain't where I'm at. They'll compromise and do stuff I won't do. When I set myself, look at when you cross yourself, Mr. Yahuwah, you just cross the line. You can't come back to me. You got to get your stuff right with him first. They'll do whatever they got to do to fit in and see how you can still love somebody, see how you can save somebody. I'll take the stance just like he did. I'll just hold my place. If you got your mind, you want to come and you want to get yourself saved, I can work with. I'll kill a calf for you. Isn't that right? He didn't go out and get his son either. He waited for him to come home. I'm not going out to you. I'm just not interested. That's a lot of things. And people say, oh, that's just him and he's so hard-hearted. I got my mind set to be saved. When you get your mind set to be saved, to help a whole lot of y'all out here from husband, wife, whatever you want to do this. People, a lot of stuff I can tell y'all can't take because I know where y'all at. I already know where a lot of y'all at. Everybody I know where you at already. A lot of stuff in just reality, how you do stuff. A lot of stuff you just have to set yourself to realize something. My salvation is first and foremost over everything. I don't want no relationship with you doing what you want to do. Mine grew up in here. This all she know. Mine don't know about no atheism and none of this other stuff. Mine know what I taught and what I showed her. You walk off from this, you go ahead and you deal. You made your bed, you deal with your bed out there. I don't want to help support you and make you think you're all right. That's your bottom line. I don't want you to think you're all right because they ain't all right. See, I'll be more of a help and benefit to my daughter than my kids and my wife will. I will be more benefit because so she start fooling with me, you know what she going to think? She ain't too bad. It must not be so bad. It's real bad. That's your soul out there. And I don't never want you to feel like you comfortable. Just like I do people that go, I don't fool with you. Because I don't never want you to think it's all right. It ain't all right. Y'all won't do that because y'all got your connection, you got your love, you got your care. Y'all be more of a hurt to people, y'all be a help. You're not all right. So you telling me I could be out on the street working, I could be out drinking, gambling, smoking weed, Hold my, whatever I want to do. And I ain't doing it because I'll die. But it's okay for them to do it. I don't believe my own teacher. I don't believe my own teacher. These people know what their way is. They know what we done taught these people. You do something different than that, you don't cut your own pine. You cut your own self away. You ain't gonna be no benefit to me. You won't do nothing but a hurt to me. And I won't do nothing but hurt you. That's just being honest. A lot of stuff here, I'll be honest with you. Everybody at different levels here, you convince yourself of what you want to convince yourself of. I know better. You can't help nobody when you sit around supporting them doing wrong. That don't make sense. It's good for me to do this, but you can do what you want to do. I don't believe that. I don't believe it. They want to have something for me. They said, would it be okay if we invite her? I told them no. They'll tell you. Am I lying? I told them no. I didn't want to see her. Get your life right with Mr. Yahuwah. I'm not interested. I don't want to be no hurt to you. I'm going to be a help to you. A lot of them, they be so happy to see it, just don't make no difference. I don't want you to think y'all right. I know they'll use that. People say, if it was wrong, pastor say something about it, or dad will say something, it's wrong. I just rather not fool with you. I already got to know when out there dragging the world. You're not helping these people. Listen, we're going to help these people. We have to take a stand for what we believe. That's tight. Listen, I take a lot of stuff. I take a lot of abuse. I take a lot of stuff for what I do. You know what I don't do? I don't drag my feelings for my daughter and him to do my job. I watch y'all, it be all over y'all face. Y'all can't care. My daughter ain't my salvation. I had my mind set saved before I even saw her, before I even knew she was coming, before I even took her mother. None of it for my salvation. I set my mind up to be saved. That's what I set my mind to do. Right. That with my wife would die, with my kids, all my grandkids. I love every one of them. But I tell y'all what, any one of them, they can know it could be Bryce, Austin, Britton, that's mine too, all of them. Y'all don't cut, y'all cut y'all ties him. Y'all go in here and lose my phone number. So they've been taught the right way to walk. Lose my phone number. When you got nothing to talk about this, you want to get saved. I don't want to be no hurt to you. I want to be a benefit. Our folk don't realize I can't be looking in for eyes that I say I love you and I'm comfortable with you going to hell. I'm okay with you going to hell by looking at still love. It don't make sense. That Mr. Yahuwah couldn't do it. You know what he told her? He said his eyes was upon us a deep. Say his ear will open under their prayer. But I'm going to keep my eyes and my ear open to center. That don't make sense. He said, hitherto my arm are working out work. It's tight. It's tight. A lot of stuff people put on me. I know they say, oh, I know what y'all can take. Y'all will put everything on me instead of taking it on the word for what it is. A lot of stuff you can't do it. Y'all don't see what Luke turned around and Luke tried to go back and get his wine? He tried to put a little sand in a what they call a urn so they can burn. And they can keep a little bit so for memory he can just put it on the shelf when he got over there. This is the choice she made. His choice was, I was told, get out of him. Save your life. She got the same information I got. This is the choice she made, and to keep moving. They're saying that song, I won't look back. I'm not turning around. I love my kids. Listen, I try to paint a way for them. I try to set a whole lot for my kids. That's stuff my kids don't have to do. But if you make that choice that you cut your bridge with me and you walk, I can hold that grudge forever. Because it was Mr. Yahuwah. There's a lot of stuff I forgive. How much? Y'all ain't got ready to help. A bunch of y'all don't burn me and beat me out of money. That's different. Don't burn no bridge, Mr. Yahuwah. You done now. I can't help you when you listen. Once a man sin against him, can't nobody entreat for you. I can't entreat for you when you burn with him. You got to get your right. You got to get your life right. Even told her, repent and do who work over? Do yours over. This is our soul tonight. Listen, it come down tight. When I step in, I got something on the line. When you tell me a wife or husband, that ain't nothing to you. I'm talking about something that came out from my own loins. That's my baby girl. But unlike a lot of these people, I just won't compromise her. I had to take a stand for something. I love her. I ain't gonna never stop loving my baby girl. But I can't help you out there, though. That's tight for y'all, ain't it? It's tight for everybody here. There's a lot of tell y'all how to make. I'll tell y'all about how it is. It's tight. It's tight. It's real tight, some of the stands you have to take, what you have to do. Shoot, I've been without my spouse 7 months. They'll tell you. They tell y'all, I can put how many services I missed, how many services I came in late, how many services I broke down in pre. Shoot, I made 2 to 3 tapes of broadcast. I didn't make broadcast tape then. I'd make TV tape, still do my job. That made no difference. Still hung out and I stayed in here with the people all of him. I did just like Mushadi. I chose to suffer with the people all of him that enjoyed the play. I lost people that walked down here and left behind there. I guarantee ain't go nowhere. I ain't sell out either. I ain't bigger to come back either. She like not to got back in. She had kids that just say, I want the people, I set myself against you. I keep moving. That's just, listen, when I set myself to keep moving, you're done. I'll mark you absent for life and I can keep moving because my soul got to be saved. I just put in my mind, I got to be saved. Listen, your choice is your choice. Mr. Yahuwah was gracious to us. I had set my mind, I can go all the way for the journey. I looked at, hey, this the hand I'm dealt. I didn't like it. I didn't feel like I should have got it. But since I had it, I had to work with it. I ain't never shamed my kids and my wife, and I expect the same from them. So you put it on me, I'm going to hold you to it. All they don't see this example come from us. That's just bottom line. I tell you the truth. Listen, this ain't no way where you got to beg and pat and make nobody do nothing. This thing got to be in your heart. A lot of stuff just in the word. This thing coming off, you think about this. You do know that chaff come up with the wheat. That hard. You see what you got to do to get away from them? You think about it, you got to get a tool and swing it and beat it to get away from them. You don't just go to it and say, let it go. Been with it all my life. But yeah, it's going to come along and you got to cut away from it. You got to break away from it. See, and you ain't going to believe what he told you. He said, all flesh is grass. Then you got to wonder, why was he telling you all flesh is grass? Because you're going to have to separate. You're going to wind up separating. He told you why. So you don't receive her plague. Because when Shamshun came through that, you think he was trying to sit around talking about what he can't take away? Listen, anything in our good, it should have already been gone. Burn it all up. Listen, he burned the olive, he burned the standing corn and the wheat. Burn it up. If any of it was good, it should have got out of there. It harvest just like now. He done tried to tell her that. Listen, all right, 50-1. Tahalim. Tahalim. So I'm one of them people, one thing about it, nobody let him tell you, I don't harass nobody, I don't call nobody, I don't bother nobody. You cut your throat and you cut your pants and tear your dress with Mr. Yahuwah. You done. Ain't your problem. You got to fix your problem, Mr. Yahuwah. That's your soul. And you come with your soul burning, that's what you want to do. I'm not comfortable. I ain't going to love nobody under no death. Y'all hear me? That's how they overcame. They ain't love their life under death. Let me tell you something. Everybody that's going to be saved got to go through this. It's going to cost you something. Everybody that's going to be saved. Let somebody fool you and tell you about somebody saved ain't went through nothing. Tell them to show me where they at. Where they at? I just want to see them where they at. Everybody that's going to be saved suffer. Everybody that's going to be saved going to have to suffer loss. And that's why I got to add to the pot. I got to add it to the pot. Shoot, my boys might walk off. My grandkids might walk off. My wife might walk off. I guarantee they ain't going nowhere. My soul on the line. I done already thought about it. Every one of y'all here, y'all better count up the cost. Craig sang this song. I know a lot of stuff y'all sing. A lot of stuff y'all sing. I know y'all don't know what y'all be talking about. A lot of y'all just be listening to stuff and just be jumping around stuff. I be listening. I be listening to what they be saying. I be listening to a lot of stuff. I hear Kill here say, ain't no fear here. I be watching. I'm going to watch it now. I heard what you said. You said wasn't no fear here. I hear a whole lot of these folks here talking about what they'll do. What you said, you'll steal it. Don't bother you. I'm going to be watching you now. I said, nigga, around that 200. That's not what you said now. Don't just be writing stuff down. I'm be looking. Your word's going to get called back in now. I be listening to a lot of stuff for him, but y'all be saying a whole lot of stuff. I just be listening to you. I be like, do they know what they're saying? You don't mean that. You don't need to say it. You don't need to say it. I take a hard line to stand, and people might not realize why. Because I want to be saved. Somebody be an example. Told me to go through the gate. Got out the stone. Told me to lift up a standard for the people. Listen, y'all can believe y'all want to. Let me tell you something. You ain't going to say nobody trying to pen stroke them. Never work. Never going to say it. Once you start pen stroking people, you got to keep pen stroking. This ain't no pen stroking way. Go out there and try to pet some wheat and see if it comes loose from that chair. Not gonna work. You got to get that listen. You got to get that flail. You got to swing through that thing with that rod. Let that bad boy. Y'all, you got to knock it loose. Only way you don't get away from them. You got to knock it and get it loose. Yahuwah had to knock me to get me away from the stuff I used to do. Man, no way where I can let no fornication go. I never thought about no stuff. That me just not having no sex with different. No, that don't happen like that. I just man, you got to put something on me. You got to work with me. Walk with it. I'm trying to tell you, there's a lot of stuff. Get me to break a loose from stuff I've done. It's gonna take something. You got to knock me down. You got to knock me loose from it. I'm like anybody else. I love my kids. I like anybody. I love my wife. I love my mama. She can cross and walk too. Lose my number. See, you ready to get your soul right. Lose my number. Shoot, I tell you, I had one of the best mothers. My kids, they love their mother. They got a great mother, but their mother ain't better than my mama because she ain't my mama. Mama, everybody feel good, but I love my mama. My mama, best mama I had. That's my mama, so I love my mama. But she going to decide she going to cross out, this ain't what she want to do, that'd be good too. You go ahead and just lose that number. And you got to worry about hearing that from me. We all right. Somebody died, you come, so I appreciate it. Take care now. Ain't that right? We talking about, listen, this is what hurt me with y'all, I guess, what's disappointing with us as a group. Not only here, just everywhere. People always trying to find reason and rationale to try to hold us something wrong. When people set their mind to do wrong, they got one intent. That's to pull you with them. Ain't nobody trying to do wrong want to see you do right. People waiting on you to fall too. Ain't nobody going to be smart, Mr. Yahuwah. He done said and told you what happened. You got to get away from these people. It takes something. I'm just being honest with you. These folks get you out too. You think somebody sitting around doing wrong want to see you do right and they don't want you to get involved no wrong? That for a little while. Them folks pull you in. If anybody care about anything, first person they need to care about is your own soul. They folks make a fool out of you. Sinner going to be with sinner. They're going to encourage them to do what they're doing. People going to get what people ain't going to say nothing about what they're doing. Just like I tell them I do stuff, a lot of these, they don't come around, they already know how. They're going to say something, they know something that's stupid, they get checked on it. They don't get checked on it, then they got to start thinking about it. Man, he be on a brother too much. Man, he be on a brother. Nigga, I don't want you to do nothing for me, I want you to do something for yourself. Yeah. The other group don't care if they don't do it. The other group come and they make stupid decisions. The other group comfortable if they're just a bum. I ain't coming with you being no son. Especially you done heard that. You know better. You know better. You done heard that. We know better. What are we going to tell somebody? So let me get this straight. So exactly why are you sitting in the room for all the hours? Why are you making these appointments? And nobody else ain't got to do this? And they going to be good too? Why we here? What are we? Why you not drinking and smoking and whole money? What? For those y'all, let me say that. For those y'all that not, why are you resisting? If everybody else gonna get the same thing and you sitting here wasting your time resisting and holding out, these people we don't read about, these people don't walked away from stuff. Now you got Musa, that man done walked away from rulership. That man went from ruler to servant. In a day. You don't listen, you ain't gonna believe what I'm asking. How art thou fallen? How art thou fallen? That man right here was instrumental in weakening nations. Mizraim was the strongest nation. Esau said, how did he fall? How did Musa fall? He chose to suffer affliction. Why he didn't stay with his family? But I can stay with mine. You telling me now, let me get this straight. Musa walked off from his family and came down with us, and I can stay with mine and still get in. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. He walked off from them because they were wrong. I know what they're looking at. Folks, y'all believe what y'all want to believe. You telling me you finna be in there with him and you going to keep yours. He walked off from his. I know what happened. Y'all finna get ready to have them fake Thanksgiving dinner. You going to call something else. And y'all going to get up. You going to do what you want to do. I'm just telling you, when you don't sit around and heard it, listen, I got more time for people that hadn't heard than for these people that hear and know and do. That's a bit different. What are you telling yourself? What are you telling yourself? That's crazy. I know some of y'all people, y'all want to blame me. You can blame me. But there's going to be a judgment coming up. Don't get mad at me because I'm going to tell you, you got to hold a standard. I like to compromise for mine too. Do y'all remember what happened with Ali? How he was smoking weed and drinking? That wasn't him selling crack. What was it again he was doing? His sons. What was wrong with his sons? They were vile. And what did the book say about him? And he wouldn't restrain them. Want to fall out with them, boy? That's your namesake. Lost both of them. I like to keep mine too, but ain't no use of me getting myself wiped out fooling with them. It's all about where y'all at and what you really want to believe. I'm just being honest with you. Man, I know the stress of trying to hold people and people delicate and don't want to lose people and you want to keep people, but at some point in your life you have to realize something. Man, that's a self-journal. Who got you standing? What get you up? I said, Mr. Who woke me up this morning? Who started me on my way? That's right, y'all. She right, y'all. That's the truth. We'll sing no song like that for her. Man, supposed to forget. You'll let people come on, they'll be your strength. These people come along, they be your whole source, your whole idea. I mean, it's just being honest, what do we believe? The fact that he told them to come what? Come what? If I told you, get out, what would that mean? Okay. So if I separate the wheat from the chaff, what that mean? Just trying to make sure. So don't talk about nobody don't know about coming from nothing. We all come from something. Y'all got it? People need that little linkage, that little care to feel like they're okay when they're doing wrong. We have to hold that standard when they're wrong. You're just wrong. Our people know better. Our kids know better. Our husband, our wife, they know better. Our sisters, our brothers, they know better. My sister used to be here too. I don't remember that. My sister used to be here. She been here too. That's how much talking me and her do, hanging out. I regard people when you hear and you know better differently. You know better. So, because I try to figure out, what do you tell yourself when you put them pants on? What do you tell yourself when you put a wig and you put lipstick on? What are you telling yourself? You know better. The stuff our people today know better. What do you tell yourself when you're getting high and getting drunk? You know better. We're supposed to be setting a standard. That man said, we're supposed to be the light of the Orions. You tell me the whole world is supposed to look at us. So what are they thinking when we hook and we attach to this stuff? That tight. When it's your child. I know how it is when it's your child. It's tight. Some kind of hard. But I'm doing it. Y'all don't see how broken down I am right now, shattered? I gotta keep moving. I think about my daughter. I love her. I ain't gonna tell no. I love my daughter. That's my baby girl. I was asking me about that. What I told you? No, not interested. My heart and mind is set on Miss Yahuwah. Listen, I done gave up a whole world. I had a whole nother world. Some of y'all probably ain't had one. I had a whole nother world that I let go of to take this on. I'm not finna lose it for no kid. Kids janky. They janky. Look at Ali. They janky. Get my knife. I told you they janky. I'm finna get myself up. What happened? He died doing it right. He told me it was janky. Kid wound up killing him. On Harlem night, kid wound up killing him. We don't mess around here, man. These kids wound up killing us. We got an opportunity now to teach these kids and raise them up and show them the way so we don't lose them. Let me ask y'all something. What was it for you? What was it for you? What sparked you to say, to move, to motivate, that strike, that caused you to say, I got to get away from what I'm doing. I'm going to die. I want to be saved. Where the mic at? I want to know what did it for you. What strikes you? What happened with you? What happened with you? Your story. I want to hear from you. What happened for you? Cam said he got to see one tell. Oh, he had his hand up. Well, Cam, I just want to hear from you. Leona, they want you to wake up with the camera. It's her birthday the other week. She said, let me try to think about my story. Count up the cost.
Mine was actually reading the book, 1 Corinthians, I think 6:13. I think you said something about it as well. Fornicating, wanting to stop but couldn't. But when I read it in the book, I was like, hold on. If it's in the book, why can't I do it? I just figured it makes sense. Why would he put it in the book if I couldn't stop doing it? So I was just motivated from there. And when I heard you, it was just rolling. I knew I had to get right, and I knew I was going to go to hell. So that's what drove me right there.
What can separate you from that?
What can separate me? Nothing.
Your wife?
And my mom, she leave, I'll be here.
The kids?
Kids leave, I'll be here.
Somebody else. I want to know your story. You tell your story. What's your story? Because you know what people say, that's him, that's me. I know my story. I know what got me him. I know what got me standing. I don't know what's your story. That's a state of emergency.
When I was in adultery, I was tormented in my sleep a lot of nights. And I heard you teaching the word. And being tormented when I went to sleep, I knew something bad was going to happen soon. So I got out.
All right. What's going to cause you to move?
Nothing.
Kids?
No.
Wife?
No.
Money?
No.
Job?
No.
I don't know y'all story. What's your story?
Likewise with Ryan, but I had a recurring dream about my family. We're all going to die. The same thing that will happen with the tsunami, kill a lot of people, and that really sparked. So then that's why I try to get my life together and try to learn. And like I say, I saw you, and then it started flowing, started adding up. So then I made preparations, and that's why I'm here. And I already got my mind anyway, because I done lost everything before, and starting over and lost everything. So that's nothing to me. So that's why I'm here.
What to separate you? Wife?
Oh, no, I'm done with that. Wife, nothing, kids, I already got that. Job, property, I already have all that stuff before, so I already got rid of that. So that's nothing to any in my mind to depart from that.
It's all right. Who else?
I was restless. I was placed in a situation where I had put a lot of time. I had found myself investing a lot of time in something, and to get to that next level, it was like I had to sell my soul. So I was like, hold on, before I make this decision, let me see. I need to know. Is there I know there's an Almighty. I need to know him. I need to know which one's right. So it put me I was on a quest, and I started doing a lot of research. I did a lot of research on a lot of different religions. When it came to the sum of the matter, when it came up to all of them, then nothing lined up, then nothing made sense. I was like, I know that I should be living better. I should be living better than I am now. I need a religion that can keep me. You see what I'm saying? And everything I didn't understand. I didn't understand. I had a lot of knowledge that I had picked up about religions and things of that nature, and I was just restless. I couldn't sleep. He troubled me. I couldn't sleep. I would be up all night studying, and I just couldn't sleep. And I was up early one morning. It was either a Monday morning or either a Tuesday morning, maybe 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and I was flipping through the TV. I flipping through the TV. I seen this big black dude, that blue. And then I went back. It was Pastor Tony Smith.
Oh, you said black?
Yeah. This big black dude, big black Shakur dude. He was pointing like this, and I went past. It was on the back channel. And I went back, and I only saw him. I only saw you maybe like 15 or 20 minutes. But all the things that I had been researching, in like 10, 15 minutes, you touched on every last one of them. You connected the dots with everything that I had been studying and showed the hypocrisy, how all of it tied in together, and then how all of it was wrong, and that what you was standing there at that time, what you was standing there is right. This is the way it's supposed to go. And it just, everything opened up, it just hit. I hit, well, I stayed up, I missed you. I was trying to figure out what day what morning it was when you was coming on. So I was staying up, I was trying to figure it out, maybe like a week or so. When I caught you again, I hit my wife. She was my wife at that time. I said, that's the dude, this him right here. I was like, this him right here. And then after that, I just started researching online, looking for you online. And then once I found you, I saw that the first thing I ran to was that alligator, that crocodile hunter. That lady that put it up for a joke. I got that crocodile hunter. And from there, it just went on, and I couldn't get away from it. I couldn't stop looking. I was smoking and shacking up and doing things, but I couldn't stop looking. I'm talking about I was there religiously. And I just couldn't stop looking. And it just hit me like, son, you got to get your life right, man. You on your way to hell now. You said that you wanted to know. Now I done showed you. I done showed it to you now, cause I did ask him that. Sure, it was just honest. Show me. If you show me, I'll do it. And it happened. It happened. It just dawned on me. Like, son, I showed you. Now I showed you. Now you ain't gonna have no excuse. And me, I try to pride myself on a man that made good decisions. When it came to life, I made good decisions. You see what I'm saying? And it just came like nephew say, like, that's the winning team, son. That's the winning team now. All right, go ahead. And that was it. I mustered up the strength. He gave me the strength. And I came in that night, and I know I came a couple of times, but I was for real. I remember I said, look, I remember my car. I said, Pastor, you asked me where I was. You said, where you were? Where you at, man? I was like, look, Pastor, I'm not going to be playing. I cannot come sit around there and I ain't doing what I'm supposed to be doing. When I come, I'm going to be all the way committed. And he just, he had that come, that he gave me that, and I was able to come, and I can't let it go, man. I can't let it go. I had been through, far as the correction, I done been through way worse than about any correction that you could give me. Now, if I can go through this stuff out here, if I can take the correction, I can take the whippings, I can take this incarceration, I can take all this stuff from this society, that's a small thing, man, to take a whipping, man, that, to get me right. You see what I'm saying? So, that's what it was, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate your family, I appreciate all the miserable cards. That's my story.
When you saying black, you weren't talking about it like I was burning. You just saying the race. Because you said this big black guy. I said maybe it was, that's Sarah hand over there. Oh, okay.
Yeah, my situation was I was out there, a lot of drinking, smoking, fornicating, and all of that stuff. And I made a promise with Jehovah that if he changed me, I would not go back. And I broke my promise. And I went back out there and started messing around. And one day I was out there and he pricked my heart. And I just started looking around and looking for a solution. And came across you, came across a few of those alphabet guys on the street, and came in here, can't look back, man. This is it. You know, can't look back. From here, I came in here alone, tried to get my family here. I don't know, they can't get it. So I'm here. I give thanks and praise to the Most High. And I give thanks to you. He put message through you. And I mean, this is it. I hope you continue. I pray he give you a long life. And, I give thanks.
That's right. It ain't for everybody. Sarah had her hand up on
it hit me when I realized that hell was very real. And the fact that it dawned on me, because I was like, nobody could really make up this place in their head by themselves unless it was actually real. And the fact that I knew I wasn't living right at the time and that I could be there, and that's not where I wanted to be. I made up in my mind, I was like, I have to do something. I have to change. I have to, or else I'm going to wake up and be in judgment. And, it's just, it really dawned on me. And I was like, I can't let anything change my mind. Anytime the thought would come to my head to want to be like, you know what? I can just go back out there. And it was like, what? And go to hell. Like, that, that's why you came this way in the first place. And it's always been there in the back of my mind. I've been through a lot since I've been here. Lost both of my little brothers who I was very close to. As much as it hurts me, I still think about the fact of, well, you're still here. It's better them than me. And I truly thank the Most High for that. I really do.
I got people here, a lot of people got scars. A lot of times people sit around and just listen and just assume it's just pastor. That's pastor mentality. Oh, I'm trying to persuade you to get my mind. I'm trying to persuade you to get a mind. Get a mind and consider every one of us going through him. It's going to cost you something. It's going to cost you something. See it at the 7th chapter right quick, the book of Kazum. I want to hear y'all story. Huh? Who woke you up this morning? Who started you on your way? What's got you standing? What did you have to break away from? What did you have to give up? It's going to cost you something. See if that's 7 and 11, Kazum. It got to be in your heart. But ain't it going to come back up? It's 7 and 11, the book of Kazum. Listen to the book.
And all the Malachi stood round about the throne and about the elders and the 4 living creatures, and fell before the throne on their panim, and worshipped Elohim, saying, Aman, Baraka, and Kabod, and wisdom, and thanksgiving, and kabod, and power, and might be unto our Elohim forever and ever. Amen. Mm-hmm. And one of the Zakon.
Can you imagine that? All of them sitting around here and worship him like that? Giving all the honor, all the kabod unto him. Can you believe that? Listen.
And one of the Zakon answered, saying unto me,
what did it say?
What are these which are arrayed in white robes?
Yeah.
And whence came they?
Uh-huh.
And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest.
What did he tell him?
These are they which came out of great tribulation.
You said these are they that ain't lost what?
These are they which came out of great tribulation.
You said these are they that always had good times?
These are they which came out of great tribulation.
What happened?
And have washed their robes and made them white in the dam of the Lamb.
Yeah.
Therefore are they before the throne of Elohim, and serve him, Yum and Layla, in his temple, and he that sitteth on the throne shall dwell among them.
And what happened?
They shall hunger no more,
Yeah, what else happened?
neither thirst any more,
What happened?
neither shall the shamash aur on them, nor any heat.
What happened?
For the Lamb which is in the midst of the throne shall feed them, and shall lead them unto Kai, fountains of Maim,
Yeah.
and Alahim shall wipe away all tears from their eyes.
That's why they was able to be there. That's why they can get all the honor kaboot to him. They came out from something. See, people don't realize when you read about them, you'll see them and you'll hear who couldn't do that if he ain't went through nothing. But these people said, I'm here because I came out. I'm here day and night serving because he delivered me from something. They look at, I used to be in a field. I used to be in a mess. The man cleaned me up. That's why I'm here. You know, listening to people need to hear an earnest side of people. You don't get these, you know, a light come in the bedroom and shined on me. I died and went to the end of a tunnel. There was a light, and then something told me to come back. I ain't ready for you yet. Go back and get the others. How many of y'all heard stories like that? Do y'all know that just killed me? Because all I was waiting on was to go and get to the end of the tunnel and the light comes so you get some type of confirmation. I'm like, how did they get that? People write books saying they died and they were dead, and then the Lord told them, I need you to go back and save the other ones. You like, why can't something like that happen to me? Why I can't get no light? Why I can't get no conversation? We get it right here from the book. That's how strong and how your testimony work if you standing like he told you. See that the 22nd chapter of the book of Kazum. 22. See what that's 12. I'm going to get ready to let y'all go. You got to just be honest. A lot of people, people think you got to be at the, you have to be at the point of death. You got a train got to run you over, a car got to hit you, a plane got to crash. And you got to, how many of y'all felt like that's something miraculous like that got to happen? All you got to do is hit the ball. No matter where you at, hit the ball and recognize your situation and what this can do and desire it more than what you in. That's all the difference. That's what's separated from everybody. Everybody gonna hear this. Everybody got to hear this. It's all about what do you really want to do. Some people comfortable with dying and figuring out then. I don't want to get there. I don't want to go to the grocery store and get to the register and figure out then ain't got no money. I want to know before I get to the register. Before I start putting stuff in this bucket, I want to make sure I can pay for it. When I get there, I want confident that I'm going to be, my card is going to go through or I have the cash. Before I meet this man, I'm looking at, if I decide to pick this up, son, you're going to have to pay for that. If I decide I'm going to put this in there, and he ain't going to let me take it back. When you get there, he going to say, son, this judgment, you finna check out. You finna pay for all that stuff you got in that bucket. That's how I got to look at it. So some stuff, I had a bucket full of stuff. When I started looking at what I had, you know what I did? You ever done it before? Go back down the aisle and decide. You look at it, you say, start going, you think about it. You just stand there and try to play it like you looking for something, because you don't know if cameras are used to play this song and ease in there and just walk on off. That's what I had to do with a lot of stuff I had. I had a lot of stuff. I had best friends. I had a whole lot of stuff. I had to put it back. Because when I get that register and I meet it, I got to pay for that stuff. Sometimes, how many of y'all done had a line full of people behind you want to take somebody, you said, that's okay, I'm just going to pay for it. Because you're like, you see, you like, just don't worry about it. You like, you need to put it back. But it's a line, you don't want to be bothered, just go ahead and fold like, you see the cashier looking like, I got to go through, like, it's like a whole world. I got to call all the management to take this off the register. So you say, you know what, don't worry about it, get it. That's called people shame you into buying. Yeah. That's not my problem who all you got to call. I've decided I don't want it. I've been pressured into stuff. How many of you have been pressured into stuff? Because of shame. And you looking at these people in this line going to talk. I can't believe that stupid person got all the way up here and decide they don't want something. Before I wind up getting judged, before he charged me with it, I want to make sure I can pay for it. It don't matter who you got to call. It don't matter how many people got to come out and get it off. Get it off, because I don't want to go into judgment with it. When I go into judgment, that man going to be checking my receipt. Because, son, you bought this. It's on your receipt. This yours, son. You got to pay for it. So now I got an opportunity. I got some stuff I can put it back. I got some stuff I can let it go. I can put it, whatever I need to do, get rid of it before I get up to that register. This is 22 and 11. Kazum. Listen to the book.
He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is Sadiq, let him be Sadiq still. And he that is Kadash, let him be Kadash still. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every each according as his work shall be.
Yeah.
I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Barak are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city.
Yeah.
For without are dogs, and sorcerers, and whoremongers, and murderers, and idolaters, and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie.
What happened?
I, Yahusha, have sent my Malaki to testify unto you these things in the assemblies.
See now? He's trying to let us know. Trying to tell before we get there. See, there's some people ain't getting in. These people not getting in. That's the whole purpose why we make these sacrifices, why we make these changes. Some people not going to get in. You saw what happened to Adam after he sinned. Couldn't get in. So once you put yourself in the right situation, which is the wrong situation, you put yourself where you can't get in. I got to get in. I done been a dog. I done been a sorcerer. I done been a whoremonger. I done been a liar. I've been a major liar. I done told so many lies. I had to go back sometime and remember which was it even a lie. You tell it so long, you'll start to believe it. I don't never want to be that person again. The person you used to be, you can't be no more. The people that helped you and contributed you to be the person you were, you can't be with them no more. There's some people I could have kept out there, but those people were contributors to who I was. That's why I had to let them go. I had a whole world, a whole complete entire world, and I had to get rid of it, and I had to build a new one. Y'all all right? What's got you standing? What gets you coming? Because this is the schedule we give you? What's got you standing? What's your testimony? What got you doing what you do? Not because pastor and other men do it. I'm talking about for yourself. You know, it's a consolation knowing that other people came through. I need to know about them, but I know why I'm standing. I need to be able to go back and read whatsoever things are written aforetime, written for our learning. We through patient comfort of the scripture might have hope. The people that's going to get hope and consolation is people that's obeying the scripture. Because you got some things going to come to cause and make doubt in you. So you got to go back and read and see other people that actually persevered and even went through more than what you've gone through and still stood. Man like Abraham leaving his father's house. That's leaving father, that's leaving brother, that's leaving mother, that's leaving everybody. Huh? That's when you believe. You got to be willing to separate yourself. If you're going to believe. If you're really going to believe. I'm telling you, it's going to get tighter with everybody thinking. It's going to get real tight. Listen, when that tool starts swinging through him, it's going to be a lot of separating. Because they're getting ready for the day of harvest. He got to get ready to have us right. Before we get into the Malkut, we got to be right. That's his barn. He's not taking in nothing, no type of field, no type of contamination. You know what happens? You get in, you got bugs. You're going to draw more bugs. Huh? Evil communication corrupt good manners. Y'all all right? All right. I'm just making sure everybody understands. That's good.